It's time to Get Real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business. 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers. Past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors. Director at the Illinois Association of Realtors and team lead of the Rudiger Group at Baird & Warner. Here's Eddie Rudiger.
Welcome to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, it is Tuesday at noon, and here in the studio with me, of course, is Nancy Valley from the Rudiger Group at Baird & Warner. And hey, that's where I'm from too. What do you know?
How about that?
I know. It's fun stuff.
That is kind of cool
It is
how
nice.
that works.
Last week we were like scrambling. I mean, it was just kind of a crazy time.
Oh, yeah. You just getting back and me was bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like we're all cozy and comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to peg out on some turkey on Thursday.
How about it?
I am so ready to just like eat like a fat kid I am.
Oh.
Everybody keeps telling me I've lost weight. What are you, dieting? Nope. I'm eating like a horse, actually.
Well, you're exercising a lot.
I am exercising like crazy, and I'm eating good food too.
Yeah.
So last week I made a comment before you got on air because you were at the board meeting that, you know, this is a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a job. It's not a career. Being a realtor is a lifestyle. And there can be some downsides to that lifestyle, and that could be our diet sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Fast food is way too simple,
It's terrible.
It's just horrible.
It's terrible. And you eat it because you're in between showings or in between meetings or
And
in
you're
between
starving.
whatevers,
Yeah.
and you're starving.
Yeah.
And that's a quick go-to.
And pop's
terrible.
terrible.
Pop's terrible.
French fries.
Terrible. Because it tastes good. If it tastes good, it's terrible. Okay? Just don't eat anything that tastes good.
Do you remember the comedian John Pinette? Oh, passed away a couple years ago. Me and Jeanette were dating, I think. I don't think we were married. And he was at the Rialto. And we were like, we're going to get tickets. Oh, we missed it. And we'll get him the next time. And then he passed away.
Oh, man.
So when I was DJing down in Florida, and Jeanette had moved in, and she used to watch him to go to sleep at night. His whole shtick was about food and his struggles with food. John Pinette was the comedian they were making fun of, the guy they were making fun of, and the very, very last episode of Seinfeld. The heavier guy getting out of the car. That was John Pinette.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things he talks about was these carbs. I don't know what they are, but they sure taste good.
Amen, brother.
You have to use. So if anybody's looking for a good laugh, YouTube John Pinette.
Now I'm going to go home and...
Yeah,
YouTube
he's
it.
got 2 specials, and I think they're only on YouTube. You can't find him anywhere else. But he was just so funny. So speaking of getting ready to eat and getting ready for the holidays, selling your house before the holidays. Great idea or bad idea? What do you think? I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
You know what? Life is life. If you need to sell the house. And why not sell your house when it's all decorated to the T and looking amazing?
Oh, it looks beautiful. It's warm and cozy, inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got a listing coming up, like, right now.
Yeah, pretty soon here. So
Yeah.
get one step ahead of the other sellers. Typically in a residential real estate market, homeowners are less likely to list their house toward the end of the year. That's because people get busy around the holidays and deprioritizing selling their house until the start of the new calendar year, when their schedules and social calendars calm down. Selling it now, while other homeowners may hold off until after the holidays, can help your house stand out. Start the process with a professional real estate agent, and like I said, it looks amazing. Sell the house.
Yeah. And people need to move.
Here's
Sellers need to sell, buyers need to buy.
and the best part about it is, you don't have tire kickers,
No.
as I call them. There's a group of buyers that come out in the spring, and they'll come to open houses, and they may go on a couple of showings, and they'll go through some new construction, but they're not really looking to buy.
Not not in the near future. Maybe they're just kind of getting
Yeah.
ideas for decorating.
Yep.
They're getting some ideas about
Remodeling.
layouts and remodeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so there is if you're out, it snowed last week. If you're out when it snowed, guess what? You're a serious buyer.
Yes.
You have a pre-approval done in your hand. You are ready to go.
And you want to buy. You
Yeah.
know what? It's like cars. If you're out shopping for a car on a super rainy day or a snowy day, you need a car.
Yeah,
Car salesmen love those people
yeah.
because they know they're there for sure,
Yeah.
for reals. You want to share your screen?
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
My favorite day to actually go and buy our show houses is actually a rainy day. It really is. I love showing houses on a rainy day. I can't find the Zoom meeting.
I don't know why. Well, I'm the only one on it now.
That's why I can't find the Zoom meeting.
Okay, I'm going to end it.
All right, sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, and there's more than one reason I like to show a home on a rainy day. First off, that's how I know the basement doesn't leak and the roof works.
Yeah, definitely.
Second, I love my clients, but I'm sorry, just like any other person, if it's a gorgeous sunny day, no, I don't want to be working. I just don't. Nobody wants to work on a gorgeous, beautiful sunny day.
True.
There's
True.
no matter how much you love your job, and I love my job, there's always somewhere else you'd rather be. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, you know, in the summertime, you know, you got a nice day and you got a pool, you know where you want to be. You know?
Gee, wonder where that is.
Wonder where that
Yeah,
would be.
in the 90-degree pool that Nancy. Right now, that just sounds so great. After the snow last week, and last week me coming back from Orlando.
Well, the hot tub's waiting now. The pool's done and closed, but the hot tub's ready.
So you shut down the pool and open up the hot tub? Is
Yeah,
that how this goes?
102 and bubbly.
Your pool is 90 degrees as normal. So
Yeah, so the hot tub's 102 and bubbly.
oh,
It's ready to
goodness.
go.
Your pool's a giant hot tub.
It is sometimes when it gets really, really hot. And it's even too hot for me, but that's...
When do you turn it down? Like, honestly.
Oh, honestly, we do turn it down,
Okay.
but the solar cover keeps it really warm. So,
What do you turn it down to? when-
85 maybe?
I knew you were going to say 85. That's where I was trying to get to. I knew it was going to be like 85.
Okay, there's a reason why I have a gas heater. And I'm a wussy when it comes to cold.
You
I
have
don't
nerve
like it
damage
cold.
like me.
I think I was born with nerve damage.
Is
like
that
you.
what it is?
Yeah, I think so. I've always been cold.
Uh-huh.
I don't like being cold. So, we have a gas heater. We're going to use it.
All right, where are we at in this? Okay. So Mark Fleming, chief economist, First American, says, while not the frenzy of 2021, the largest living generation, the millennials, will continue to age into their primary home buying years, creating a demographic tailwind for the housing market. You know, and that's another, we haven't talked about it because I'm still getting myself organized. I mean, I only stepped off the plane a week ago. Lawrence Yun talked about that the prime buying age historically is 31 to 33.
Interesting number. Now what is it?
Now, well, hang on.
Okay.
Millennials, the peak population of millennials are in the age of 31 to 33.
hmm
The average age of buying a house right now, first time home buyer, is 36. So
Isn't it crazy?
they are putting things off.
Yeah.
And, you know, they also talked about how they need 30% more. They got to have 30% more earnings adjusted for inflation to be able to participate in this market.
hmm
So, yeah, it's an interesting aspect, and
It's an interesting time to be in real estate. I gotta say, it's
my whole real estate career has been interesting. The first day in class was 9/11.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
my anniversary was Veterans Day. Okay, that was pretty cool. I'll be honest. I don't know, still don't know how I did that. But then I get in a couple years into it, 5-6 years, and oh, here's a great recession for you. Okay, deal with that. And now here's a pandemic, and now we're in a post-pandemic market. I guess that's what you would call it. Are we post-pandemic?
I think I would call it a post-pandemic market.
I mean,
we've never seen it before.
No, you haven't. No, not in the modern world.
Not in modern times.
You brought that up last week. We haven't seen that at all in this market. So, all right. Do you believe home ownership is out of reach? And this is a big conversation because there's a good group out there that do think that it is out of reach. Maybe it doesn't have to be. All right. So, the 2022 Consumer Index report from Mind, M-Y-N-D. Oh,
Mind.
Mind?
Yeah.
I guess it would be Mind.
Yeah.
Just with a Y.
Mm-hmm. Because they're cool that way.
I'm cool like that.
Yeah.
There's a portion of millennial and Gen Z buyers who are pursuing home ownership as a way to build their wealth, but it may not be exactly the way previous generations have done it. The study explains. Younger generations of Americans are not buying into that American dream the same way as the older generations have. A growing number of Americans are choosing to make their first real estate purchase as an investment property.
I am seeing that. Or seeing that as in buying that investment property or buying a house, turning it with the intention of fixing it up and flipping it, living there and flipping it, or buying a 2-flat or 3-flat, whatever, and living there and collecting rent. I've seen a lot of that with the younger kids.
Almost half of millennials and Gen Z, 43%, are considering buying an investment property compared to only 9% of baby boomers and 27% of Gen X.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different world.
That is a huge... The strategy allows buyers to continue living in their current location, like the bustle of a city apartment or a neighborhood. Okay, buy a condo. You're going to have more buying power, first off, and you're not going to waste your money on rent.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you buy something and be renting for personal use?
And then you can take the equity out of the condo and roll it into more purchases.
More purchases, yeah, exactly.
But instead of giving up on the idea of owning a home, they buy a home in a more affordable area in the intentions of renting it out. Okay. In a way, they're getting the best of both worlds. They're living where they want. You still can do that by buying a condo and still gain equity and not, the interest on a rental is 100%. And they still own a home where they can afford it. Yeah. I mean, because they're still going to be being...
Yeah. I was going to say, unless they're at one level of purchase and they go out and buy a less expensive home, you do the rental that gives them enough buying power to get the home they want in the city or whatever. But I would flip that rental to purchase wherever you're living as quickly as possible. Again, for what you say, you've got more equity to roll into other purchases.
There's a lot of YouTube videos and people on YouTube that push this concept. And owning a house is not right. Owning a house, don't, for multiple reasons. I've got an argument with a friend of mine who's a little younger than me and has moved around the country a lot. I couldn't do what I'm doing if I owned a property. Yeah, you could. You just are listening. And here's the reason when he sends me these videos. The last one he sent me was when I was in Orlando. I'm like, dude, I'm busy at the moment. I'm not going to have another argument just so you can feel justified in your actions. But what they don't talk about is how you can buy more, buy faster if you own your own residence. What they don't talk about is how these people got actually started. They give you plans and, here, and a lot of times buy my course, or here, I'll do, the funding for you, because they're doing the funding on the side. So be careful is what I'm getting to. careful when someone's giving you something that's too good to be true.
It usually is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
almost half of we already went that topic. Hold on, I gotta go down. All right. So yeah, I would definitely be very, very wary. So last week you weren't here when I was talking about Shorewood numbers.
Oh, okay.
There were signs that they were softening, and I'm worried that we're going to start seeing, because of our market, we haven't seen job creation as strong as other states. I'm wondering, and we are picked as one of the markets for Zillow to go down, and we're starting to see that. So looking at Romeoville numbers, let's see where we're at. Median sales price is $270 for Romeo. Now we're still working with October's numbers. We have not our September's numbers from October. We haven't gotten October numbers in November. We're always usually 15.
A little bit behind.
Yeah. They should have had them out last week, but we just still haven't gotten them yet, and they're behind. So, but median sales price is $270. That's down 1.8% in month over month. So from September this year versus September last year. Average sales price is $264, $217. That is down 3.2. So we have seen some sales come down. Now, as I will point out, that is out of 21 closed sales in Romeoville. The number of closed sales in Romeoville is down 63.8%.
And I also want to mention trailing 12 on that as well.
The trailing 12 is at median sales price of $280, up 12%, and $281,443 on the average sales price, up 11.4%. So, keeping this in mind, you could have had 2 or 3 junk houses come on the market, and that is skewing your numbers for Romeoville.
Considering there's only 21 closed sales, yeah, I would tend to believe that there were a couple of them that were less than
Ideal properties. And again, average market time is up 81% to 29 days from 16 days.
Yeah, again.
So
think of the bigger picture.
Well, when you're looking at 16 days, that's amazing. 29 days is still amazing. But again, 1 or 2 properties that may have had 40 or 50 days is skewing the numbers. If we got a breakout on these numbers, which I wish we did, but we didn't, you could take those 2 properties out and then really look, okay, here's what the market's really doing. This is why you actually sit down. This is why AVMs and these numbers we read, the numbers we read here are for your information, for your education. We want you guys to understand what's going on in the market overall. But you need to sit down with a professional realtor. You need to have a conversation with a professional realtor that looks at these numbers every single day, that knows your market every single day, that's in your neighborhood every single day, driving through, knows what the conditions are, knows where the market is. You could have 2 or 3 neighborhoods very, very similar, but this 4th neighborhood over here is nothing like the other 3. So
and it's skewing your numbers.
And these 3 are, So if you don't get the right person that has that education, that knows that, these 3 now, you can't use this neighborhood over this side. So they need to know the area. So, overall though, Romeoville's still looking very solid, I think.
Yeah. I don't see any big, crazy numbers jumping out at me or anything.
Attached family, you're looking at $225 as the median sales price month over month, up 0.9%. Average sales price is $230,071, up 3.1%. That is average market times 13 days, and you've got an inventory of 10 houses. You have an inventory of 45 houses on the single family. That's up 2.3% because last year there was only 44. So we're not seeing these inventory numbers jump up at all.
No.
So actually, if you look at anything, you combine attached and detached, the inventory is dead on even, because you got 1 less in the attached, and you have 1 more, and it was vice versa last year.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at 55 properties total for sale at the end of September.
Well, and the only thing I'm really looking at, which I'm not surprised by, Attached is still aggressive. Average market time 13 days. Percentage of original list price received 101.7%. So I would tend to think, because people want to qualify or qualifying for a lower price point, that now that's playing a big part of these purchases.
I think it could be playing a major part of these purchases. And I think you got the lack of inventory. If you're looking for something, that's a good price gap between the median sales, 270 versus 225. And if the schooling or location is because Romeoville's a great location. You're right there at 55. You're right there near 355.
Yeah, you got Weber. You got, you've got a...
You got Weber, you got 53. You've got some other aspects coming into play. That Scene 75 opened up a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun place. We had some fun there.
I haven't been in there yet.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got a little mini roller coaster. It's like a figure eight.
Oh, cute.
And then the thing you sit on spins in a circle as you're going too. So like your roller coaster cart spins around in a circle.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so Scene 75 was a pretty fun, cool
little fun thing. It's right up the street for me. So
yeah, it really is. So is the Crest Hill Walmart, as my wife says.
Crystal.
My wife, for those I'm wondering, my wife calls the Romeoville Walmart the Crest Hill Walmart. I keep trying to explain her where the line is, and she just refuses to accept this. And this is why I love her. So yeah.
Anyway, that price point is popular because of interest rates, etc. So people are moving into that attached market. Romeoville's a great town. They've got more attached there than comparatively like Shorewood from last week.
Yeah. It's
so people are going to Romeoville.
It is a great location and great setup. So
yep.
I definitely think you should, put Romeoville on your list either way. If you're trying to find a property and you're not having any success, that's the biggest thing with this lack of inventory. You got to expand your search. I know you might be working at a target school. Get online, look at what other schools are similar, and expand your search. And you look at what features you're looking for in the community. Expand your search. So that is how you're going to find the property, and it's how you're not going to overpay. Because we're in it, that iffy market. Again, I still think we're going to be up in 5 years 20%. On the short term, I think you're going to see some sales in some areas are going to get hit. There's no doubt about it.
I think some price points are going to get hit more than other price points.
Like 600,000-700,000 or 500,000, those are going to come down. But your 200,000 and 300,000, they're not going to get affected as much.
Right.
I think you're right. Because I think it comes into affordability.
Yeah.
But as those big ones come down, if I can get more with my money and go there, it's a fine line. That could push the bottom down, but a bottom's a bottom. All right. When we get back, key factors affecting home affordability. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
The face for radio, the heart for real estate. It's Get Real with Eddie.
Welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you got questions on the market, give Nancy a call. Nancy, what's the best number to reach you at?
My number, 815-545-1162.
And what is that website?
It's valleydreamhomes.com.
So we really haven't talked about that three-legged stool in a long time of affordability.
Oh.
We've talked about it before, but I think it's been a while. And the first leg on the stool, and you got to have all three legs. If one leg's getting affected, guess what? It's going to fall. The stool falls over. Can't have a two-legged stool.
No.
You can have a four-legged stool, but in this case, it's only a three-legged. What? Why are you laughing? Don't ask, folks. This is what I
don't
have
ask.
to deal with. Yes. Who knows where the mind has gone?
I just see you tipping over. That's what I'm saying.
That you got an image of me falling.
Yeah, tipping over. Yeah, exactly. So
That's going to be a great image on
why am I
online
giggling?
right now. Yeah,
Because
like,
it's pretty funny.
look at me online on the camera. There I go.
The three-legged stool is now two.
All right.
Boom. Okay, never mind. Don't mind me.
Len Kiefer, Deputy Chief Economist at Freddie Mac, explains U.S. 30-year fixed mortgage rate.
Mortgage? Okay.
Mortgage. So, I went to Disney when we were down there. So, I went and saw the Muppets. So, saw the Swedish Chef. Remember the Swedish Chef from...
Yeah.
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 I love going to see the Muppets when we're down there. So, and the kid's gotten old enough, he wants to go see the shows now, too.
That's fun.
Yes. So,
Anyway,
all right.
what does Len Kiefer have to say?
Let's start this over. U.S. 30-year fixed mortgage rates have increased 3.83 percentage points since the end of last year. That's the biggest year-to-date increase in over 50 years. So the mortgage rate is the first aspect of affordability. So with that increase, this is affecting purchasing power of our clients. Buyers can get less house.
Yeah, straight up.
Straight up. Second, home prices. Home prices have grown dramatically year over year for the last year, maybe 2 years. So starting in about 2020, we saw the price increase jump to 7% month over month, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got up to the 18, 19, 20%, and now we're starting to see it come down. Current rate is still holding around at 10%, but we are seeing that de-acceleration happen. So,
Which, let's face it, 10% is nothing to sneeze at.
no.
I'm not panicked. That's great.
You go to any stock guy and say, hey, I can get you 10% year over year, they're going to go, you're lying to me.
Yeah. So, no panic in this. No panic
Exactly.
here. Okay.
So, wages are also the third leg. So, prices go up, affordability gets hurt. Interest rate goes up, affordability gets hurt. But wages have increased. The median weekly earn of a full-time wage and salary workers has increased, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Median weekly earnings of the nation's 120.2 million full-time wage and salary workers were 1,070 in the third quarter of 2022, not seasonally adjusted. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported this was a 6.9% higher than a year earlier. So a 6.9% increase.
Yep. Takes the bite out.
Granted, we've seen inflation at 8,
Yeah.
but a 6%, almost 7% increase in wages
Takes the bite out.
takes the bite out. Because, let's be honest, all right, if inflation looks at a new car as part of it, if I'm not buying a new car, it's not hurting me.
Right.
If I'm not buying a new house, it's not hurting me. Yes, food, gas, living expenses, electricity, gas, whatever. The propane, the gas tank, not the liquid tank you put in the car. Those all hurt me. All right? But there are some components to the inflation numbers that don't necessarily have a direct impact.
Yep.
So a 6.9% increase in wages is huge. All right, I got the quote. The National Association of Realtors, Leslie Ruda Smith, president, stated buying or selling a home involves a series of requirements and variables, and it's important to have someone in your corner from start to finish to make that process as smooth as possible and objectively to deliver trusted experience in consumers in every zip code. That's why you hire a realtor, folks.
Yeah.
That's why you
Absolutely.
hire a trusted advisor. It's not because, oh, hey, I need to get in the house or I need to find a house. No. We know how to put out fires. I've had multiple clients tell you, well, what could go wrong? How much time do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's only the stuff I can even think of.
Yeah.
I'm a problem solver. That's my job.
Exactly. Exactly.
My job is to solve problems. Both my jobs were solving problems. When I DJ'd professionally back in the day, it was solving a problem, usually. Especially on the wedding side.
Yeah.
You know.
It's kind of like 911. What did I do? I solved problems.
You know, there's one wedding.
Resources
There was
and
one wedding that they thought they were going to have to call you. They were going to call you at 911.
Oh.
Talking about a problem solver and just being all smooth.
And? Was it a fight or a choking?
No, neither actually. Staff was setting up the tables, and they had lit candles on all the tables, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make it look all pretty. It was a very lovely venue. Staff wasn't paying attention. One of the napkins
Got caught.
fell into the candle and started on fire on the head table.
Oops.
Somebody saw it. I was standing there. We were all setting up. I was ready to go. And someone goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I walked up, folded the napkin over itself, and then folded it again and just smothered the fire. This is the second the bride and groom was walking in the door. I turned around, put the napkin in my pocket.
And walked away.
Nothing. I walked into the back office to the manager, and I go, your staff had a little boo-boo, and you owe me a drink. What happened? I go, well, the bride and groom were walking in the door at the exact moment the head table almost started on fire. And I go, here's the your handkerchief, you're going to need a new, or your napkin, you're going to need a new one. Half of the napkin was burnt, gone, just gone.
It's a good thing that the tablecloths didn't catch.
Yeah, because that would have been, well, it would have been quick change, but that would have been harder to put out.
Yeah.
They were like, put water on it. And my whole thought process was, no, don't dump water. You're going to have to reset the whole head table. The bride and groom are walking in the door. Again, problem solving. Calm, cool, collective. Get rid of the oxygen. No fire. Walked in the back.
There
No
you
one
go.
knew otherwise.
Done deal.
And I'm like, you need a new napkin on the head table. So, yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Beforehand, let's talk about Bellflower. This just came on the market.
This just came on the market.
Talk to me. What do we got here?
We got 1500 Bellflower Lane in Joliet. It is just a wink shy of 3,000 square feet. Beautiful home. Was built in 2015. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, partial, not finished basement. They have so many upgrades. Sprinkler system. They've got a pool, hot tub, beautiful patio. In the back, they've got nice landscaping in front. They've got under cabinet lighting. They've got granite countertops. They've got the luxury vinyl floors. I mean, on and on and on. Beautiful home. It's not going to last. Gorgeous. Come see it.
1500 Bellflower Lane, Joliet, Illinois. Jeff, definitely give Nancy a call. Nancy, what's the best number to reach you at?
My number 815-545-1162.
All right. When we get back, I want to talk about home ownership once again and how it is a winning solution. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Stocks may succeed, stocks may fail. Real estate is always there. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you got questions on the market, give me a call at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478. Or go to yourdwellings.com to look at new listings or get a quick evaluation of your home right there online. Home ownership wins over time. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
And this is why I love this. So this over the last 30 years, the market is up. Now, this is with the Great Recession.
Included.
The nationally, we are up 290.2%.
Yeah, right there. So if you were to have bought a home 30 years ago,
It's worth almost 300% more.
Yeah.
290.2%.
percent.
Yeah.
Don't know why you'd want to invest in a home.
Home equity gains are built up through price appreciation and by paying off mortgage through principal payments. NARC, the National Association of Realtors. This is just goes back to that investing concept with the
Yeah.
younger generations. I get it. You can still buy a condo, an apartment, or not an apartment. You can buy a condo, maybe an apartment, maybe buy the building.
Yeah, buy
Maybe-
the whole building.
Yeah, if you're living there, guess what? You can buy a 4-unit FHA, 3.5% down.
Yep.
Can't
Have
go
somebody
wrong.
else pay your mortgage
Yep.
payment.
You
Yep.
can turn around and buy and still have freedom if you need to move.
Mhm.
You can have that freedom. You have a management company. They manage it and run the property for you. Don't even have to live in the area.
People do it all the time.
We have some really good management companies we have vetted. There are some good national management companies
Hmm.
that are out there. Came across one when I was down in Orlando. So that you do have that freedom to be able to move around. You know,
Yeah.
it makes a huge difference. So, I mean, if you're questioning whether or not to buy a home this year due to today's cooling market, consider these long-term ownership benefits. As a homeowner, equity increases your wealth on average, as we said, 290.2% since 1991. The other aspect is you've got stability. If you own it, the landlord can't come in and say, I'm raising the rent $200.
Yeah. You can paint it whatever color you want. You can change the
I can
flowers.
put a nail wherever I want.
Yeah, you can put a nail where you want. You can listen to your music whatever you want. You can there's a lot to be said for personalizing a space and letting it be your castle. It's yours.
Absolutely.
You have the right to enjoy it. That's what's beautiful about it.
That is what's beautiful about it. It's you do have those rights. And that's the thing. We talk on the show so much about the financial benefits. The financial benefits. And I guess that's a big thing because that's a tangible asset that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to owning your own place. Whether it's a condo, a townhome, duplex, or a house.
Yeah. Well, and it's building history. Look at all the people that talk about when they go to sell their home or whatever. Oh, my brought all 3 of my kids home to this house and I got married in this house and all the things that life brings you.
Look at, and that's the thing. They've done studies. Students do better in an owned property. People are more involved with their community when they own a property. You know, there's so many non-tangible assets, and these are the reasons we move. And I said it, and I don't know if you were here when I said it. You know, the top 5 stresses in life.
I don't think I was here.
Okay, yeah, you were still at the board meeting. So last week I talked about the top 5 stresses in life. Well, buying a house is one of the top 5 stresses.
Sure, it's one of the biggest things you will ever do in your life. Biggest investments. Of course it's stressful.
Yes. The
Okay.
other 4 stresses usually cause you to move. So, finding a new job, getting married, getting divorced.
Having more kids.
I didn't even have kids is not even on the list.
Really?
Death is the other stress.
Oh.
Dealing with loss. When you talk top 5 stresses in life,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting married, getting divorced,
Changing jobs.
changing jobs, and buying a house, and then dealing with death.
Okay, so number 6 then would be
Probably is having a child.
more kids, because Lord knows,
Yeah.
you have more kids, can be very stressful.
Yeah, we have one. I like one. We
Just
outnumber
laundry alone, the laundry load alone.
I offer to help my wife all the time. She is very controlling over that aspect. She wants to do it. She wants to do it. I just let her do it. Go.
That's okay. My
she-
husband and I do laundry separately
She does
because
lunch.
he likes to do it his way, and I like to do mine.
I don't care. I'm not that microcontroller.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I know
No.
it's hard to believe, but
It is really. It is because no, it's not.
it's not.
I've
Let's face it,
I've
it's
had
not.
to talk you off of many ledges when it comes to, coaching
I am
and
a
stuff.
little controlling.
Like,
about
why are you doing? No, okay. Like, relax. The one thing I do agree with my wife that my wife did. So I always did laundry, like darks, lights, and colors.
stuff.
Okay.
You separate them out.
My wife has another load that she does differently.
Delicates.
No. Towels and underwear are separate. She just hot water, and she always does towels and underwear in a different load.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
Yeah, I can completely see that. I understand.
Because I do have a hot water wash of
Mhm.
whites and a cold water wash of whites. So the underwear and towels are in the hot water, and then my pretty shirts.
I'm surprised she hasn't taken over the dishwashing aspects. Because I'll load the dishwasher, but there's so many of these. I love the solid feel of glass. I don't like plastic. I like a good glass. Okay,
Mhm.
so as an adult, I always had glass. Well, the kid's 6.
Yeah, he's in the plastic mode.
We got plastic stuff. We got these straws. We got this or that. There's at least once a week something I put in the dishwasher gets melted.
Nice.
Maybe once a week, once every other week. There needs to be, if there's a manufacturer for dishwashers out there needs to be a delicate mode for dishwashers. We have it for the washing machines. Why do we not have it for the dishwashers?
The plastic stuff, flip it over, Eddie. It says dishwasher safe.
No, I just want everything through the dishwasher. Yes, I know. There's a little symbol and all this other stuff.
Yeah, dishwasher safe.
I don't have time for that. I read it, and guess what? If it melts in the dishwasher, whoops, go
I
in the
guess
garbage.
it's not safe.
Didn't need that product. I'm going to tell you right now, we did not need that. But going back to, the non-tangibles are also the winning aspects of home ownership. And keeping in the reason why people move, the reason why people want to own a house is because, you get married and you're looking to build a life together. You're looking, that's what it was for me and my wife.
Or you like to entertain and you just want to, a fire pit in the backyard and have all your friends there and be able to enjoy the summer breeze or the hot tub in the cold weather, whatever it is. You can't do that when you're renting.
No, you can't. You cannot do that when you're renting. You cannot have those aspects when you're in, a small apartment.
Right.
Because what do you get? 10 people in there, and now just the conversation alone is loud enough that somebody's calling somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And you got somebody knocking on the door going, "Excuse me, can you keep it down?"
Or somebody has allergies and they can't, as much as they'd love for you to have, they can't breathe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you gotta be empathetic towards your fellow man, but at the same time, you want to have what you want to have. So owning allows you to do that.
Yeah, and like we said before, and this is, I think, going to be the new saying going into 2023. You know what? The interest rate on rent is 100%.
You got that right.
It's just, I heard that somewhere else.
Wow,
and
I like that.
The interest rate on renting is
It's
100%. So that's the thing. We talked about the millennials earlier in the show, and they're doing this, but you're still renting. Okay, buy your first investment property. Maybe buy the investment property first. Maybe you're living at home and you do that. But then make the move and
As
get
quickly
yours
as you
for
can.
your own residence. Renting, the interest rate on renting is 100%. All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online at getrealwitheddie.com. 365 days a year, we are always posting information to help you educate and keep you up to date on your largest investment, your property.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Rudiger is a realtor at Baird & Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.